Well, today, ladies and gentlemen, in this video, I want to do a continuation of a video I did yesterday talking about my guitar tone. Let's get into it. So what is going on, everybody? Thank you so much for joining me for today's video. My name's Ray, I'm a guitar player here on YouTube, and in case you missed yesterday's video, I put out a video of my updated live rig. I explained how I have some shows lined up for the end of 2021, and I was just running through, my sound and my tones and my pedals, this, that, and the third of what I'm going to be using for live shows. And I have, my friend here, I brought my prop, my Squire Vintage Modified Baritone Jazzmaster. This is my main guitar. And the reason why I'm making this video is because a decent amount of people reached out to me privately as well as publicly in the comment section and said, I don't know, man, your tone isn't exactly my cup of tea and it sounds kind of wild and kind of, bad. One person even went as far as to say it sounded like ass. Now, don't attack this person. This is all in good fun. This is all subjectivity. I'm not trying to create like a mob mentality or anything like that. So please don't try to find any sort of person in the comment section. I'm just explaining that some people really didn't like my tone. And you know what, ladies and gentlemen? When I saw that people weren't exactly happy with it, or they said it sounded, harsh or bad, or X, Y, and Z, I wore that like a badge of honor. I really did. Now, before I explain why I wear it as a badge of honor and my mentality and my philosophy behind my guitar tone, I'm gonna let you guys hear what my exact guitar tone from that video yesterday sounds like in a mix and a band setting, okay? So, again, just to recap, this guitar tuned to drop D, into my Fortin 33, into a Boss chorus ensemble, into my Mesa Boogie dual rectifier, okay? So, real quick, I'm gonna let you guys hear what this thing sounds like in a mix and isolated with one guitar left, one guitar right. So everybody, that is my rig and my guitar tone in a mix setting, and obviously, because I chose to make this type of sound, I really like the way that sounds. I've said it a million times, I know very well that that is not a clean, pristine, normal type of high gain distortion sound. It is very jarring, very jangly, very gross sounding, but that's why I love it, and that's why I wear the badge of honor of when people say it sounds quote unquote bad. I think we as metal guitar players have perfected the super clean, clear, articulate sound. I mean, that's why people are really gravitating towards, Fishman Moderns and an Axe-Fx or a Kemper, for example. Super clean, super tight, and, it does the really pristine sound very, very well. But that is something that I'm personally not into. When I think of like a really clean guitar tone, I think of like the Killswitch sound or something like that. I think Killswitch has, one of the best guitar sounds out there, and it's just super clean and articulate, right? But again, that's not something that I'm into. And when people like Glenn Fricker, for example, argue that all metal guitar tones sound the same and everybody's copying everybody, the PV6505, some EMGs, and a Tube Screamer, everybody's kind of done that for, 2-3 decades now, and that's kind of why guitar tones have gotten stale. And that's exactly why I'm trying to do the complete opposite. Case in point. I've had so many people reach out to me and say, what would be really awesome with this guitar specifically is if you put some Fishman Moderns in it. And my reply to everybody who suggests that, I appreciate the suggestion, I love you guys, but my response to that, criticism and or suggestion is I don't want to sound like everybody else, because everybody else has Fishmans or EMGs or something to that nature. There's only one other guitar player that I know of that uses this guitar on a regular basis. And getting back to my specific guitar tone that I dialed in as of late, it's very unique, it's very disgusting, it's very, unpleasant almost, and I love that. Again, I'll say it again. And by itself, it sounds really, really bad. But again, that's awesome. And with me and my mentality, I'm not trying to be the best guitar tone dialer inner of all time. That's not my thing. My goal is to be a part of a bigger picture, be a part of a live setting, a band setting, and just be one piece to the bigger puzzle, to the bigger picture. I don't think people are buying tickets to see me dial in the sickest guitar tone of all time. Quite frankly, people don't really care about, my individual guitar tone, and I'm well aware of that. But if I could carve out a unique part of the frequency spectrum and just stand out a little bit while at the same time being part of the bigger picture, that's, the end game for me. Dialing in a guitar tone versus being a part of a band is the equivalent of just being really good at hitting a baseball off a tee and being really good at being a baseball player and being a team player. There's a difference there. Furthermore, the most iconic guitar tones of all time objectively sound terrible. Randy Rhoads' Crazy Train, Dimebag's Cowboys from Hell. Like, those tones right there are just absolutely terrible objectively, but now they are legendary and people are chasing them and trying to recreate them and are just obsessed with how great those iconic songs and or albums sound. And some more examples. Some of my favorite albums of all time have quote unquote terrible guitar sounds. I mean, Iowa, Self-Titled, Nevermind the Bollocks, Horizons, Killing with a Smile. The list goes on and on. Like, objectively, the guitar tones aren't the best. They could be like described as like a can of bees or just disgusting or just bad or whatever, but they're iconic. And again, there's something to be said about that, I guess. And one final one here, it's not really the most legendary one, but it's just a good laugh. Have you ever listened to Unskinny Bop by Poison, CC DeVille's isolated guitar tone and guitar track? It's almost laughable of how it's silly. But again, a part of the bigger picture. Unskinny Bop is one of the most iconic songs of the 80s. So, there's something to be said about the bigger picture, right? So all in all, everybody, to kind of wrap up this video, I'm just really not interested in creating, isolated, pristine guitar tones. I'm more fixated on creating something that is unique, disgusting, gnarly, while all at the same time fitting into the bigger picture. I really think we're seeing a resurgence of disgusting guitar tones. I mean, Chris Chicola's done several YouTube videos on them. The Grindstein's out now. The HM2 Waza is out. The HM2 has been recreated. Fun fact, I really want to use the HM2 with this guitar, but it's just too gnarly and I can't even control it because I think it's because of the single coils. It's too much, unfortunately. But anyway, I really think that there's starting to be this new revolution of not pristine guitar tones, and that's something that I personally gravitate towards. So all in all, everybody, in conclusion, I really just am glad that I've created a guitar sound that is a bit jarring and a bit left of center, and it's creating a response from people in the YouTube comments, for example. Some people love it, some people are indifferent, and some people dislike it. But at the end of the day, people are reacting to it, and contrary to what you think about it, you can't deny that it's a little unique. And at the end of the day, that's really what I'm going for. So everybody, that's going to do it for this video. What are your thoughts on everything I said? Do you guys agree with me? Do you disagree? Why or why not? Leave your thoughts down below, man. I'll meet you down below in the comments and we'll mix it up, all right? So thank you so much for listening to me ramble about guitar tone. I really appreciate you for watching. If you're brand new to my channel, you want to subscribe, I'd appreciate it. I'm out of here. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay metal. I'll see you guys next time. Later.